Fighting the gender imbalance in Hollywood. Since the birth of the Hollywood studio system in 1922, men dominated the industry as directors, producers, actors, and other key personnel. Through film history, it is evident that men were in charge of Hollywood, as men were usually the stars on the screen and the famous directors. The depiction of women on screen was also controlled by men as well, which influenced how many Americans view gender roles in American culture. According to the Newswise article shining a spotlight on the history and gender imbalance in Hollywood, researchers collected data from the American Film Institute and the Internet Movie Database to analyze female representation among the teams behind more than 26,000 movies produced in the U.S. from 1911 to 2010. This study found that from 1922 to 1950, only a few major studios controlled the industry, and the representation of women declined more every year. Now, Hollywood has been challenged by multiple successful independent studios across the nation, and new movements have built up to represent women off-screen and on-screen. With the domino effect of women hiring women, female representation is increasing slowly. One of the most notable activists for women in Hollywood is actress Geena Davis. Davis was born in 1956. She is an actress, former model, executive producer, and activist. According to her IMDb page, Davis has won 12 awards and 30 nominations through the span of her acting career. In 2004, she began the Geena Davis Institute on Gender in Media after noticing the lack of gender diversity in television her toddler watched. Having her daughter shifted Davis from acting on the screen to watching more children's shows, inevitably allowing her to see the inequality of men and women on screen. According to the article Geena Davis, Leading the Fight for Gender Parity in Hollywood, author Megan Woolhouse explains that the Institute has used new technology to continuously monitor industry progress towards gender parity. Davis has spent the last 15 years delivering the results to skeptics, disbelievers, and elite power players who would have been content to let men rule Hollywood. Unfortunately, the results to Davis's findings were worse than she expected. The Institute found that media that targeted children mostly contained male roles, and if there were any female roles, they were short and often sexualized. Davis found this to be particularly damaging because how the media influences children helps shape their attitudes in the future. According to the article, an early study of the Institute found that more than 4,000 characters across 400 G-rated, PG, PG-13, and R-rated movies surveyed, women were more than 5 times as likely as males to be shown in a sexually revealing clothing, 25% for women versus 8% for men. It examined more than 1,000 shows from 12 networks, public broadcasts, and cable outlets, a total of 534 hours of programming in 2005, finding that male characters appeared at twice the rate of female characters in children's TV. Her research conducted in the 2000s opened the gates for further inequalities and injustices happening in Hollywood, such as the Time's Up and Me Too movement. For her efforts to change Hollywood, Davis was awarded the Jean Hersholtz Humanitarian Award. Now, the Geena Davis Institute contains a long list of corporate sponsors who are all interested in the research done to shine more light on female voices in television and film. According to the Geena Davis Institute's website, their research serves as a basis for education and outreach as programs that families, studios, educators, and content creators become critical consumers and producers. The website offers several articles, findings, and sources of research, all centering on the empowerment of girls and their rightful representation in children's film. Geena Davis is known for her quote, "If they can see it, they can be it." This personal tagline, which is also plastered over her website, clearly lays out her mission statement. Davis's goal is to encourage studios to allow fair and equal representation among boys and girls on screen. Davis believes that if children are able to watch television shows and movies with main characters that look like them and do incredible things, they will believe that they are capable of doing incredible things themselves. Furthermore, Davis comments on the importance of this mission from her statement. "We don't have enough real female role models to inspire change and to encourage women to be leaders, so we need to see it in fiction in order to see the real cultural change." Research from the Geena Davis Institute has shown that women work in more professional settings than they are being credited for on screen. With the little representation women have, and often in a manner that is over-sexualized, the television media does not correctly represent the wide variety of women who work professionally in real life. "We are not asking for something revolutionary or controversial in any way," Davis begins. We are not asking creatives to change the message in their entertainment. We are just asking the entertainment media to reflect the population as it is 50% female and incredibly diverse. Fortunately, many large studios listened to Davis's statements and read her research. It is safe to believe that representation of women and girls in television and movies have certainly gone up in the past 2 decades, but women still have a way to go to be fully represented in a variety of means. Geena Davis believes that in order for girls and women to receive their rightful on-screen representation, big-name studios need to want to see the change. When studios hire more female directors, they are more inclined to hire female personnel and actors. When female producers are hired, they are inclined to hire more key crew personnel such as the writers, the publicists, and below-the-line crew. Davis's mission to reshape how Hollywood responds to gender diversity has opened the door for women activists and girls who are now able to see themselves on screen as the people they are inspired to be.